Speak again.
What up? Damn it.
Try one more time.
Running out of greetings.
How about now?
Hello there.
There we are. There's
Hey.
them just labeled speaker. Anyway,
And it was me, Obi-Wan Kenobiing it.
hello there. Hello.
Hello. Speaking of hellos, did you get a haircut since like 2 days ago when I saw you?
No, but the bangs were quite long this time. And it's funny. I loved the haircut the first time, and he did a great job. I just didn't like it this time. But
Mm,
I think I want because it got real scruffy, and I kind of missed having like. I think spring cuts are real short, and then I think
mm,
fall cuts should be foofier, and we're approaching fall, and so my brain is like foofy.
yeah. My hair is still in I can't decide if I'm curly or not. Post having kiddos phase. I don't know that it'll ever not.
Yeah, I'm real confused about it too. It's like peekaboo hair. It's like straight, but not at the end, but underneath
Yeah.
curly.
So apparently, and it's like man, I've done all the Googling and it's called Irish curls. And there's some debate as to whether or not it's a legit thing that hair does, or if it's based on, like hard water and showers and things like that. I mean, I live in the mountains, so yeah, that could be a thing, but Willow is 2 and hasn't had that, and she still has the same kind of hair I do, where
Yeah,
it's straight on top and then curly coming down. So
go figure.
I'm leaning towards
Real.
legit thing.
Oh man, sorry.
Anyway, that's okay.
Got a full 8 hours last night. Almost fucked me up more.
I aspire to get a full 8 hours of sleep.
Oh, I took a Seroquel.
I'm getting more sleep since my doctor put me on mirtazapine to go along with the sertraline, which knocks my ass out now. So, yeah. It would be even better if the kids would sleep in their own friggin' beds,
Mm-hmm.
which will happen someday. And I know one day I'll look back on all this and be like, oh, I missed that. And I get that, but I want my
I'm not
damn
there
bed
yet.
back.
I'm not there yet. She's gonna be 16. I'm not there yet.
Oh, I know. But you do still have littler ones. Like,
That's
I
true.
mean, yeah,
They're they're
they're
at
not
the
super
pokey phase
little,
though.
but
Like they
pokey
move
things.
awkward and their limbs are pokey and
Oh,
it's not like a
yeah.
baby chunky snuggle, you know?
Cass is still a snuggler. He's been coming up to me, sitting down on the couch next to me, grabbing my arm and saying, Mommy, I miss you. And it's like, buddy, I'm right here. You were just in a chair across the room.
Yeah,
You have been the whole day. But it's,
go figure.
Mommy, I miss you. It's adorable. So you finished Annihilation.
Finished a book. It's like 195 pages, so I don't know how big of an
You know
accomplishment
what? That
that is.
that's an accomplishment because it's your first one.
Yeah.
Yay.
In the how many weeks now? Was this
This is our third
start of
recording, so this is the start of week 5,
5? Yep.
I
But yes,
think.
I did finish it, and then we immediately went to watch the film.
I haven't seen the film yet. I know that it's, oh God, what is her name? Padme and Poe, right?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac is her husband, who doesn't really make much of an appearance in the book, if I remember correctly. Like he's
Yeah.
mentioned, but
So this is I think next time our discussion should center around books converted into movies.
oh,
Because I don't know if I should say anything because you've read Annihilation.
yeah, it's been a little bit.
I don't think I should say anything. I think you should watch it and then we'll discuss the feelings.
Should I reread the book first since
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
been
you
a
can
few
just scan through it
years?
just to remind yourself, you know?
Okay.
You don't have to like read.
And
But
then watch the when the hell am I gonna watch the movie? My kids are not at the age where
Yeah. Or maybe
that can
I can
happen.
just give my feelings about it now, 'cause I
You
have
can give
feelings.
your feelings about it now, 'cause I'll try, but I don't know if I'll have the
I was
time.
kinda pissed off, like
Shit.
sorry, you wanna finish your drink?
No, you're good.
Um, by the way, welcome to episode 3, whatever it's gonna be titled, it'll be titled later. Um,
It'll be titled later. That's
I
probably gonna be the title. Fair enough, right?
I understand when, like, a film or TV needs to include things or change things in order to capture, like, a broader audience, right? Um, I feel like if you're already in the sci-fi space, there should be less hand-holding, personally,
Mhm.
'cause people who like sci-fi know what they're signed up for, right?
Yeah.
Um, and 95 like, sorry, 50% of the time, you go in and the ending's gonna disappoint you, but in a good way, I feel like, with sci-fi,
That's
'cause
that's
that's the bag.
yeah.
'Cause science is not always friendly. But there were a few things, like, there were mild annoyances, and then there was, like, "What the fuck?" I'll start
Mhm.
with the mild.
Okay.
The mild was, I absolutely adored in the book how nobody knew anybody's names.
It was just the
They
scientist
the
and
surveyor, the
yeah.
anthropologist, the right?
Yeah.
Psychologist. Nobody knew, and they did it that way on purpose.
Yes.
And I also well, sorry, let me finish that thought. I realized I'm supposed to be giving what annoyed me. In the book or in the movie, they all get names,
Mm.
and they all get, like, this, "Let's get to know each other, and here's our backstories," and all this other stuff, and it's just like, "Ew, no, that's not stop." Like, I was like, the whole point was we were going into this place, we're probably gonna die,
Mhm.
so why bother getting to know anybody, right? And, like, there just wasn't that, like, separation for them.
Okay.
And, like, because when they get in there, it was a bit more of a free-for-all almost, where somebody would technically try to lead, but everybody was like, if they really wanted to do their own thing, they just left to do their own thing. There were no rules, right? But, like, I feel like everybody tried to stick together and tried to, "Hey, let's keep it up, whatever," and, like, I was like, "That's just not the vibe of what it was," and I didn't realize that. I really enjoyed that part.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, the flashbacks with her husband and how he dies were completely different. Um, in the
Well,
book,
it's never outright said that he died in the book, right? He just did not come back
he
from the
so
expedition.
no, in the book, he came back, right? But then she spends one night with him, and then she's the one, so this is really spoiler heavy. She's the one that calls the institution or whatever on him for them to come collect him. So she's actually also aware that this is the exact kind of mission that he's doing. But
Mhm.
there's this whole extra, like, plot with the husband where, like, he's been just missing for a year, so they consider him KIA. There's an affair that she has with this random guy that's not even, like, it just pulled him out of nowhere. And, like,
Mm.
it took because I had read the book, it took me out of the movie so fast. And what I said to Tori at the end of it, I said, "If I hadn't read the book first, I would have really enjoyed the film."
Mhm.
But it was so jarring, the parts of it that they changed, that I was like, "I don't like this at all." It's just awful. Um, and which is funny because I didn't even give the book that high of a rating, which I'll get to in a second.
Mhm.
But then because the movie, in my opinion, made some really poor choices, I was like, "The book was great, plus another star."
Did you go back and add?
I don't know if I don't think I did yet. but, like and maybe it's just I didn't have enough time to process it fully. Yeah, what did I give it? Are you on my Goodreads?
No, I'm looking to see if the director of the movie has directed anything else that I even remotely care about. Well, I like Gina Rodriguez, she's cool, but
Yeah, the actors were I think everybody did a fantastic job, and I said, like, if I had not read that book first, I would've really enjoyed the film. But, yeah, I gave it a 4. So I did go back and fix it because I gave it a 3 originally. And
okay.
originally, I scored it I should not score things the day I finish them is what I'm learning. Because I
Oh,
was like
crap. Crap. So he rose to prominence with his novel The Beach, which I
oh,
know
that's
got
the one that
turned into a
Shyamalan did,
movie,
right?
right? Do
Yeah,
what?
Shyamalan did that one.
Yeah. And then he received praise for writing the Danny Boyle films 28 Days Later and 28 Years Later, so zombie flicks. Sunshine, which I've not heard of, and then Never Let Me Go, which is one that I really want to read the book and watch the film, but now I'm a
Yeah.
little bit scared if he made drastic changes. That
Did he
one's
do
got
the script or did he just direct?
he
Because I
did the
would say
script,
okay. No, I don't
and then he also did the reboot, he wrote the script for the reboot of the Judge Dredd series that did not do well in the
no.
early 2010s.
No. I was like just based on the book, I originally gave it a 3 because it was like and I told Tori, like, grabbed, like, 10 pages, and I was like, "Look, these 10 pages have all the action from the first half of the book," right? I was just, like, making that up, but it felt like that, and then I
Yeah.
realized that, like, all the exposition was the whole point,
Mhm.
was the whole point. Somebody's coming. It's a boy.
Oh, hi, Tristan.
But, yeah, so then, like, I did originally, I wasn't gonna, like, hop in and want to read the other ones, but there is a bit of a cliffhanger in the first book, and
Mhm.
I'm like, "But I gotta know now."
I know. I actually have I also only gave it 3 stars the first time I read it. I wanna go back and reread it, but because I think when I first the first time I read it, I went into it with expectations that weren't met, you know? Because,
Mhm.
I've read a lot of sci-fi, but not having named narrators and having it be that slow and that much of a thought experiment wasn't something I was super familiar with yet.
Yeah,
Um, so I do wanna go back and read it again, and then I wanna continue on with the rest of the Southern Reach trilogy.
yeah. Also too, because I'm the kind of person I I even call it out to Tori every time. When I run into I'm gonna wait for you to talk. When I run into
Sorry.
the book title
Mhm.
in the film, I go, "There it is! There it is!"
I know, I've been
So,
there with you when you do that.
yeah. What Annihilation was in the book was a hell of a lot more clever than them just saying like, "Oh, it's our annihilation, blah, 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 blah,"
Mhm.
in the film.
Okay.
You remember what it was in the book?
No.
It's the psychologist's kill switch for them to
Right.
commit suicide.
Right.
And so when she walks up to and again, spoilers, but when she walks up to her and the psychologist is just screaming, "Annihilation, annihilation, annihilation," you're like, "Oh, she's just losing her marbles," right? And then the biologist is like or is the main one a biologist or an anthropologist? I got it confused now between
I
the 2.
think she was the biologist.
Yeah. Is she recognizes it from the journal entry, like, that was the kill switch, but it doesn't work on her, right? So there's so many things left unsaid, but it's the things that they did reveal, like, that Jeff did reveal. I was like, "Oh, that was cool."
Mhm.
So,
He
I stand by my 4 now, and not just because of the film, but now that I've, like, had a whole night's sleep and I was thinking on it.
I know, it's sometimes I think it's not fair that, like, as soon as you say, "I'm done reading it," Goodreads or Storygraph or whatever asks you, "Well, what did you think of it?" I don't know.
Do you know
I
what?
gotta I need to sit with it for a little bit. There are some books that I gave 5 stars right away, and then over time, it's like, no, they weren't that good. I've read other stuff that's a lot better.
Yeah.
Or, the other way, there's been stuff that I gave, like, 2 stars to that I'm still thinking about and still talking about. Granted, one of those is because it's so bad, but, you know, it like, you sometimes you need distance from it before you can really put your thoughts down.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a new shelf right now that says "Done. Need to score."
That is a good plan.
Forget how to edit. There we go. Settings.
I also finished mine,
Yeah.
and
Wait. I forgot what you were reading.
the Before the Coffee Gets Cold, the
That's right.
time
That's right.
travel in the cafe, and, I think part of it comes down to translation. So, you know how when you read something that was originally written in another language,
Yes.
particularly a language that doesn't have commonalities with the English language. So, like, if you read something that was originally written in Spanish, the translation of that is a little bit simpler than if you read something that was originally written in Arabic or in, um, like, Japanese or Korean. And this one was originally written in Japanese. So the translation itself threw me a little bit because it was very much not always written in the way that we tend to speak here. I
Makes
did
sense.
like it. I thought that it was clever, but I don't think it was executed as well as it could have been. And that may be because of it being something that's in translation. Um, I'd I'd read more by the author and see if I like other stuff. There are a couple more set in that same cafe. I think there's one called Tales from the Cafe, and then there's another one. And it had a different narrator for each section, but it was kind of always that same third person who was talking through this other, like, whichever character it was. And it, I think it was trying to feel cozy, but was kind of struggling with that because, the reason for the time travel is never explained, which I'm fine with. I would rather it be a mystery, but there were a lot of rules that took you to a different place than, um, where you would necessarily have gone with, like a different time travel novel. It's like, how you're not supposed to change anything in the past because it messes up the future.
Right.
Or you go back only as an observer because of the effect that you could have in the future. In this one, it didn't matter what you did in the past, you could not change the present that you were coming from. You also couldn't leave the cafe. You couldn't leave the seat that you were sitting in the cafe. You could only interact with people who had been to the cafe. And you could and couldn't pick where or when you went. Um, it was it was kind of like the TARDIS
Uh-huh.
in, like, where the doctor says at one point, I think it's the episode where the TARDIS comes to life and, like, is a person, and the doctor says, you didn't always take me where I wanted to go, and she's like, no, but I always took you where you needed to go, and it felt very much like that was kind of the heart of this story. Um, yeah, I thought it was pretty good, but not the best time
Groundbreaking.
travel novel that I've ever read. Um,
And you have read a few.
have read a few, just a few, just a few.
Right.
Um, I
Would
also
you
finished a couple others.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, 2 on gardening that I'm just not even gonna really talk about. I'm trying to figure out more about container gardening, so I'm reading a lot about container gardening specifically. I read Automatic Noodle, which I did really like. it was cute. Um, I think you'll really enjoy that one. And then I read a very a very short one called The River Has Roots by Amal El-Matar, which
Okay.
is one of the co-authors of How to Lose a Time War that I
Mhm.
recommended to you. And it's I think the first fantasy that I've read in a while, and um, it was really, really good. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I don't know, it's like 60 something pages, so it's super short. Um, and you should read it, but it's not what I'm recommending to you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, still currently reading is only the one, Darker Shade of Magic. I think the thing was is like it feels like a fall book.
Mm, yeah.
I think once the weather gets a little cooler and the wind starts to blow, I'm gonna be like, I need to read this right now. So it'll
Yeah.
probably be on my currently reading for a little while.
It's okay. That
Um,
one's a little denser too. There's a lot
yeah.
more to follow.
So
Not
I don't
saying that
have any.
Annihilation doesn't have a lot to follow because
Yeah.
of all the unknowns that you're left with, but
So I have 5 this week. I do not have any that I've already read. I'll just straight up say it because it'd be mean to make you guess. um, but and I just honestly I don't know why. There wasn't any that I felt like would be a good book. And coincidentally, I also kind of accidentally did it based on like books I bought on the cover, which will be our segue
nice.
into what we're gonna do next.
Yeah.
Um, but I put Dreadful back on the
Okay.
list. Do you remember this one? The dude wakes up in the evil wizard's lair and then discovers that he is the evil wizard, and he's
Uh-huh.
like, "Shit, I don't know how to do this."
Yeah. That is a pretty cover. I do like that
That is
one.
my elevator speech. This cover, I think, maybe we looked at it before, but this is Evocation.
It looks like a tarot card.
It does, and it's all like shiny and stuff, and like if like paying attention to it, it kind of looks like he's holding his chest, but then like if you really look, there's something coming behind him,
Ooh.
messing with his chest.
So that red
Um,
is not blood dripping out of him. It's a hand.
no, it's a hand.
Oh, that's cool and creepy.
Yeah, and he's basically like he's the son of the occultist leader, like a really oppressive occultist leader. But he's got like crazy psychic abilities. Um, and he basically is an attorney who moonlights as a medium.
Okay.
Um, and he kind of tries to play both sides, keeping himself like in power. Not like his dad, but like he's obviously raised in it and like is words. I'm so tired. Um, anyway, so he's basically in this life or death situation, and the only person he can call that can help him is his ex-boyfriend. So there's a little bit of drama too.
Mm,
Um, this one again I picked because I think we just picked this one straight up off the shelves without even reading it. Um, but it's a basically like kind of one sister's loved, one sister's hated. They both lived on this teardrop island. Um, one is an oracle and the other one is going to the underworld. That's all you get for your thing, and it's the Goddess Chronicles.
okay.
Look how cool that is. And there's a
That
little
is
face
neat.
in this one.
That is really neat. It's interesting that not all of the teardrops are complete too.
Yeah. I don't know why, but we'll find out maybe someday. Let me see. This one is a bit of a fairy one. Um, yeah, and it's called The Tales from the Hinterland. But again, the cover.
That's the color green I want the downstairs bathroom to be.
Oh, that would be good. I can't remember. Oh, the Hazelwood. Did you remember the Hazelwood book?
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it the
same
same
author.
author?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then this one, I do agree with Tori on the cover on this one, but this was his pick, and it's Lilith.
Ooh.
Exactly as you would assume is her story. Want me to hold them all up again? That's not working.
Mm. It's tricky because there are two that I
Okay,
would
which
pick.
two? I'll hold them up.
The Goddess Chronicle, because that sounds interesting, and the tarot card one.
Mm. Oh, these were my top two.
Yeah. So evocation.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right.
And if I get through it,
Yeah. You have two.
dreadful, you're gonna make it someday, but we'll put you down for now. Also,
Mhm.
I have not put any book back that I have taken off to show you since we started. There's just a pile down here.
You know, that's fair. I could see your books leaning behind you just a little bit.
The poor gnome sitting in the middle. They've just like
He's just like,
morphed to his head.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
You
So
stay.
I am currently reading two books, another gardening one called The Modern Homestead Garden, because I want to be able to feed my family with stuff I've grown. Because, dude, I harvested my first cucumbers this week and they were so good. Like, I,
Good.
how am I going to eat store-bought cucumbers ever again?
I don't know.
And the other one I'm reading is Shroud by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I think I showed this to you week one because it was one of the ones I got out of the library.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's basically, I don't know, it's sci-fi masquerading as horror. Um, so this expedition in the future, like everything has become a conglomeration and a corporation and all of that, which is kind of, that's a pretty prevalent theme in sci-fi. But what he's doing with it is instead of all of that being situated on Earth, it's branched out and these expeditions are specifically looking for new places for humanity to colonize or use as resources. So strip mining and things like that. And your worth is dependent upon what skills you can provide, what skills you can bring, and the results that you bring along with it. So you're put into hibernation if you're not getting the results. But then if you're out and you are working towards whatever goal and you're, making progress, then your wage rate essentially goes up. Everything is very regimented and very much like you only have this specific set of resources, so this is all you can have, and then you have to produce results to get more. And they're orbiting this moon of this planet that the moon is literally screaming at them.
Ugh.
Yeah, and
No.
like the so the first the first part of the book, like the first like 3 pages, I was in it right away because the last sentence of the prologue is, "I stared at the screens, still seeing nothing at all, and tried not to scream." And I'm like, "All right, I'm down." Um, and so it's these 6 people who are part of this specific expedition. They're the sort of special division squad of science, like scientists. Um, and things go wrong. They end up on this planet that is screaming, surrounded by monster aliens that look nothing like we could even wrap our heads around. And that's where I'm at right now. It's like they were just almost sacrificed to whatever. And this is the same guy who wrote the Children of Earth series. I think it's called Children of Earth. The first one is Children of Time. It's the sentient spiders.
Yeah. Okay. I know that one.
and I read that one, and that's one of the ones where, like, when I first read it, I gave it, like, 3 stars because it didn't jive with his writing style, but I keep thinking about it, and every time I think about it, it goes up a little bit in my head, so I
He's
think it's
got you.
solidly at a 4 now, and, this is a standalone that he wrote, so I'm really enjoying that. Definitely gonna keep going. I'm reading it, like, at dinner because yeah. And then I have also 5, and I went with a theme of short story collections because I have
Right, you
a
mentioned they were
lot of short story collections. So this one is called How Long Till Black Future Month, and it's by N.K. Jemisin, who wrote the Shattered Earth trilogy, which I really, really, really want to read. 19 Closet and Blackbird back on here because I want to read it, and it's short. The Future is Female, Volume 1, which is 25 classic science fiction stories by women. Um,
cool.
and I believe it's starting in the 1920s and going up through 1969 is the last publication date. Children of the New World,
Mm,
which I bought because of the cover. And I got it at Dollar Tree for like $3. And the last one is Women of Wonder, the classic years, and this one is science fiction by women from the 1940s to the 1970s.
cool.
And 3 of these I have read 1 or 2 stories from. So you can guess which ones. It's up to you. I've read them and or wrote on them for my dissertation.
Mm,
So, yeah, those are your choices.
I feel like the 2 classics for sure were ones you've read some of.
Yeah, these 2. Mhm.
And then my guess would be the Blackbird one because you couldn't help yourself even though you didn't finish it. No? Dang.
Nope.
No, okay, okay.
Those 3 were this one I read 1 story from for my dissertation or for my comprehensive exams. Um, this one, I think I read 3, and 2 of them ended up in my dissertation, and the 3rd one I think I ended up teaching on. And then this one I've read, I don't know, 2 or 3 out of, and also I think the first one in here called No Woman Born ended up in my dissertation, and there was one other one that was dun, dun, dun. Now I don't remember. I think it was Women Men Don't See. Could just look at this. Yeah, The Women Men Don't See, which is by James Tiptree Jr., who was a woman who wrote under a man's name because women weren't getting published writing science fiction when she was writing.
How
And
many unknown women do you think we have published under men's names who just never came out?
lots.
I wanna know.
We're never
I
going to
wanna
know
know
the answer to
the
that.
degree at which I should be mad.
I know. The historian in me is thinking probably maybe 1 out of every 7 men that we're not sure of their like that we don't have historical proof that they were men. Um, it's potentially were women or trans or um, non-binary or something because the reason I put the number that low is because historically men were more educated than women.
Right.
Men just had more opportunity. So, yeah, that's why I put that there. Which one do you want me to read?
So this one I made sure was on Kindle Unlimited, but it's called Four Janes, a novel by
Okay.
Marion Yee, sorry. Couldn't read my own
Well,
handwriting.
so that's your recommendation. Which one of the short story
Oh, shoot,
collections do
I
you want me
forgot.
to
Hang on,
read?
stop. No, The Blackbird.
Dork. The Blackbird one?
Yep.
Thank you for choosing a short one for me.
I'm even looking at the show notes and I still went off.
Sorry. For Jane's, a novel. Ooh. Is it four different tellings of Jane Eyre?
No. It's about um it's kind of, from my understanding, it's a kind of like a what if. Like, what if Jane had married Edward but had continued on doing things? What if she hadn't married Edward and gone into,
Okay.
what if she was a Tibetan bookseller? Like,
So it's kind of like there was a movie that came out, I hate that I can say decades ago and still be within my lifetime now. Um called Sliding Doors. It was Gwyneth Paltrow.
I don't think I've read
Um
them.
late 90s, early 2000s, and she goes to get on a subway car in New York. And in one set of, like, in one reality, she gets on the train. And in the other one, the doors close right before she gets on it. And it's about the two different directions her life goes.
Mm,
So,
yeah, I think a little bit of that and a little bit more sci-fi because there's like a
all
time
right.
travel timeline too.
Well, it is borrowed. Whoop.
I think you'd like it.
And what I have for you is another one that has just a gorgeous cover. It's called Nights at the Circus by
Oh,
Angela Carter.
I feel like I've seen.
And this one, you've probably seen it on my bookshelf. It's been sitting there for a while. I have read it. Um, and I'm just going to read you the back of it. Sophie Fevers, the toast of Europe's capitals, courted by the Prince of Wales and painted by Toulouse-Lautrec, is an aerialist extraordinaire, star of Colonel Kearney's circus. She is also part woman, part swan. Jack Walzer, an American journalist, is on a quest to discover Fevers' true identity. Is she part swan or all fake? Dazzled by his love for Fevers and desperate for the scoop of a lifetime, Walzer joins the circus on its tour. The journey takes him and the reader on an intoxicating trip through turn of the century London, St. Petersburg, and Siberia, a tour so magical that only Angela Carter could have created it.
Wow.
And it's like Edwardian, early 1900s. Um, and it's fantastical, but also kind of grounded in reality. And if you need me to, I can send you my copy.
I got it. Let me check Libby. Let me figure out where my phone is. That looks really cool.
It was really good. I actually got Wendy to read it too. Shout out to my mother-in-law who reads books when I ask her to. The other reason that I picked this one up, this was another what is it called? Dollar Tree. This was another Dollar Tree find, The 19 Claws and a Blackbird. It's because the author also wrote a book called Tender is the Flesh that I really want to read. It's about cannibalism.
Yeah. Okay, it's not on Libby.
Okay.
I love that my library is like so focused on like children's literature, but like,
But at the same time,
yeah,
let me see if it's on Libby here.
just put it on my wish list right now.
Well, that one's good too. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern.
I was saying that one's coming up, but not the other one.
Yeah, I don't see it. The Night Circus is really good. It's very poetically written, though. So if you do decide to read that one, be prepared. I want to read her second one, which is The Starless Sea, but haven't gotten around to it yet because there are so many books I want to read.
Right. Who wants to go first on the Judge Me by My Cover?
Well, you only have one and I have three.
Well, I
Or
have
do you
2
have
hard
more?
copies next to
Okay,
me
cool.
because it's these specific covers that I wanted to make sure.
Okay. I don't know. Rock, paper, scissors? One, two, three.
Do it again.
One,
1,
two,
2,
three.
3.
All right, so I will go first. So this is the first cover. The book is called Where Late the Sweet Birds Sang by Kate Wilhelm. And I'm going to ask you, what do you think this book is about?
It looks like it was done in publishers. I'm struggling.
Right, it's bad. This is a bad cover for the book, but
Wait, the sweet bird. I have no idea. Like, okay, maybe something in a courtroom if I'm really trying to stretch.
yeah, I mean, that's fair. The pillars, right?
Yeah.
So the title is a quote from Shakespeare. Don't ask me what play, I don't remember. Um, and it is a book about cloning, sort of. So it's so my dissertation was mostly post-apocalyptic, dystopian, female-written science fiction. And it is all of those things. It takes place in, I think it's West Virginia, and this one family survives whatever apocalyptic event happens, and they end up like they've got some heavy science going on, and they end up cloning themselves, and very few people are actually born, they're cloned, and the main character that you end up following has the ability to give birth
Mm.
to live babies, and that's something that the reason that they started cloning was because people weren't giving birth anymore. Um, so yeah, the cover doesn't really scream I'm about clones and fear of the natural world to me, but that's basically what the book is about.
No, it kind of looks like a circa 1996 Animorphs.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Which, I mean, no.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a fantastic book. Highly recommend it to anyone. And then we have okay, hungry. This one, Station 11, by Emily St. John Mandel. What do you think this one is about?
I don't know. Like, because you have to include the title when you try to assume something from these.
Right.
Say like Station 11. To me, Station 11 is more like Moon Station 11 or something maybe military related. I don't know. The tents give away like 1912, like Jungle Book, though.
Yeah.
And then I can't. First of all, is it one of those covers that doesn't go all the way to the end?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's one of those
fucking hate
covers,
those.
but there's not
Yeah.
it's not that the cover doesn't go all the way to the end, it's that the illustration doesn't go all the way to the end because there's only one cover. There's only one like thicker paper cover.
Yeah, I think you can just go ahead and tell me then.
Again, post-apocalyptic. And it starts during the apocalypse and then sort of goes back and forth between during the apocalyptic event and um, the post-apocalyptic. I've actually read this one twice. I read it right around when it first came out, and then I read it again post post-pandemic. And that is important because the apocalyptic event in this is a super flu that kills like 99% of the population.
Oh, timing.
Well, yeah. I read this for my comprehensive exams. And the post-apocalyptic part of it is sort of, what does humanity do and how does it survive? And what does it mean to still be human? And it is about a troop of people who travel around from, you know, basically from like little surviving pocket of humanity to little surviving pocket of humanity, and they perform Shakespeare. And so it's kind of like the apocalyptic part is very much following one specific person and how they deal with everyone around them dying, and then it follows them through to like it's like 15 years later. So it's early post-apocalyptic. And, everybody's trying to figure out how do we human and what does that even mean?
Gotta say, like, uh, the book looks like the cover looks like a better time than that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's
There's like
it's
a
really good.
charming
It's
vibe.
it's really good. It's beautifully written. There's
Yeah.
a lot of Shakespeare in it. So if you don't like Shakespeare, this is not for you, but if you do,
Pass.
it's worth the read.
Hard pass.
And then the last one I chose because I have not read this one. I chose it because look at that cover. Isn't that great?
Absolutely.
Like I genuinely don't care what the book is about with that
Yeah, it
cover. I want to
doesn't
read it.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Sign
but
me
it
up.
is so it's another that there's a theme with the kind of books I like to read, and that's post-apocalyptic. 4 years ago, an unthinkable disaster occurred. In what was later known as the low probability event, 8 million people were killed in a single day, each of them dying in improbable, bizarre ways. Strangled by balloon ropes, torn apart by exploding manhole covers, attacked by a chimpanzee wielding a typewriter.
God,
A day
nightmare.
of freak accidents that proved anything is possible no matter the odds. Luck is real now, and it's not always good. Vera, a former statistics and probability professor, lost everything that day, and she still struggles to make sense of the unbelievable catastrophe. To her, the LPE proved that the god of order is dead and nothing matters anymore. When Special Agent Lane shows up on Vera's doorstep, she learns he's investigating a suspiciously and statistically impossibly lucky casino. He needs her help to prove the casino's success is connected to the deaths of millions, and it's Vera's last chance to make sense of a world that doesn't.
Huh.
It,
Cool.
I and I love this part because what's happening in Vegas isn't staying there, and she's the only thing that stands between the world and another deadly
She's like, I
improbability.
want to tear shit up.
Right? Like I am so intrigued. This is probably going to make my list of things for you to pick at some point.
So I'm not gonna lie. I thought Chuck Tingle was a part of the book title, but that's his name. It's
Yeah,
then it said
that's
at the
the author's
bottom,
name.
more by Chuck Tingle, and it's like, what was the first one there?
Bury Your Gaze, which I'm really interested in reading that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one I picked because it's one of the covers that like I just think is amazing. Open image. You can't make it bigger on Goodreads. It's baloney.
Go to Amazon and look at it there. That makes it a little bit bigger.
I got the image address for good.
Well, and I saw which one it is when I. So yeah, that is just a stunning cover.
It's so fucking beautiful. It's so fun. I'm never gonna read it. I would use
I'm
it as a
I'm going
doorstop
to. It's
before I
on
read
my
it.
list, but it's like a 1,500 page fantasy, and I just don't have the brain space for that yet. I'm working on it.
No, it's just you keep looking and you keep looking and you keep looking and you keep finding more.
Mhm.
And it is beautiful.
It is
For the audio folks, we
gorgeous.
are looking at the priory and the orange tree, which I realized the first recording we made, there were at least 3 times I held up a book and never said what it was.
Oops.
My bad. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Well, hey,
And
at least
then
this time I had books to hold up. Ooh,
yeah,
that's a
it
first.
says more about me than it does you though, and how many I haven't read. So, I have the same problem with both of these covers. Okay? So here's the first one.
Geist.
Geist.
A book of the order. Is that what that says?
Yep.
Okay. It looks like Dark Narnia. What? That looks like evil Aslan, man.
It does. It does. But yeah. No.
So
I
yeah,
have an
something to do
extra
with
I have an extra thing that I think is wrong with this one that I will
okay.
discuss. And it is when the character description does not match what's in the book.
Yeah.
This one I have not read all the way through, but what I did read was amazing. And I'm like, I would never in a million years pick this up. Tori was the one that's like, I think you might like this one, and he, handed it over. But I was immediately captivated by her, whatever. But this looks like Little Red Riding Hood with the wrong cloak. And like she's like a
Yeah.
badass knight inside the book. And I'm like,
Are we talking like Brienne of Tarth? Or Arya Stark kind of badass?
dude, this
Or
looks like Arya Stark. If you
a
if
little
if
bit,
you
yeah.
meshed Arya and her sister together, right?
Okay.
So
Cool.
she's a warrior, like, still a smaller woman, but she's good at what she does for a reason. And the vibe is not there, right? And like same issue with this one.
Is there a lion in that book?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
It feels like it's going to be a bigger deal than it is. I do suspect the lion might represent another character in
Okay.
a non-literal sense, but we'll find out.
Okay. It looks like something I tried to Photoshop.
Yeah. I mean, it's old, so we'll give it that.
How old are we talking? Like that looks like early 2000s to me.
It is. Hold,
Maybe the
hold,
90s.
please. 1999.
Okay. So yeah.
So look.
We'll give it you're 27 years old and you're showing your age. There's an immense focus on that castle and the one person.
Mhm.
My guess is that it's an ensemble cast, though.
There's a bit of an ensemble. It does center around one guy, Thomas. Um, and in reality, the castle's almost unimportant. Eh. Yeah, in the first act, the castle's important, but after that, it's not. Um, there's 3 acts in this one, right? Yeah. But it's just so generic knight and castle. It literally tells you absolutely nothing. And even the way like they write it on the back kind of tells you nothing. But I would collectively say that this is our favorite book, and Tori will go down and fight anybody who would talk bad about this book.
Wow.
Um, and like, I'm not gonna tell you. I will never tell you what the ending was and what the secret weapon was the whole time.
So I need to read it.
You need to read it. It's just good. And there are other books I have read since where I'm like, you totally got that from this. You totally got that from this. You stole that. I don't know if they did or not, but it feels like they did.
What is it? The Wings of Dawn?
You see, like, he's telling me what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, but I just hear wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah. It's an homage to Arthurian legends.
Okay.
You can't. Shut up. If you didn't get it out in the first sentence, I'm not saying it again. Shut up. We had some good books this time.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put so there's one other that I brought up here because I need you to help me decide.
Uh-huh.
This is the Fated Sun trilogy. This is a whole trilogy. It's not just one book. I have read the first book. I am 100 pages into the second book. sounds like a lot, but they're, I don't know, 250-ish pages each, and then I have the 3rd book to go. I vaguely remember what happened in the first one. I don't know what I don't I don't know what's going on in the second one, like where I left off. Do I go back and start the whole thing over again? Or do I pick up where I'm at and ask, well, my Kindle does this now. It says, "Hey, do you wanna it looks like you've been letting this sit for a while. Do you wanna have us summarize it for you?" So they're bringing AI into shit. Um, do I have, like, an AI summary of book 1 and the first 100 pages of book 2, or do I start it over? Because
Is it gonna give you
I
any extra
really like
sense?
this author.
Yeah.
I really like her writing style. I do not mind reading it again. It's been a time factor. Um, I read it when Cass was
You know what I would do?
little.
Read the first couple pages and the last couple pages of every chapter to just catch yourself up like an AI.
You know it's gonna suck me in. I'm gonna read the first
Well,
3
if it
pages
sucks
of
you
the
in,
first
then
book and go,
no harm, no foul.
"Yeah. Alright, cool." This is another one that I guess kind of could go on our list of the heck's going on in that cover,
Oh, yeah.
but it actually is kind of a good representation of what I remember from the book.
Did you ever read, this is off topic, The Alchemist?
Yeah, yeah, by Paulo it was Paulo something, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I was pissed off. I was so mad by the end of it.
That one is like, if you've taken any upper division literature classes and you haven't talked about that book, whether or not you read it, then you didn't go
To literature school.
to literature school. It's that kind of a book. I like it. It's not my favorite, but, you know, I do like it.
Forgot to put Nights at the Circus on Goodreads.
And the one you gave me, the four Janes, that gives me something to read at night because I can't read the physical book with Willow asleep next to me on the
I was
bed.
I was telling Tori, I think my Christmas wish is some kind of e-reader and one of those, like, stands and then the little clicker so I can just be in bed.
I would like a new Kindle at some point. I have the Kindle Fire. It
Makes
doesn't
sad of
hold a
us.
charge very long anymore.
No. I do you know what I don't understand? Like, I guess I get, and I didn't realize it until I was looking at pricing, like, they really split between e-readers and Kindle Fires, like, 'cause it's like Kindle Paper something, right?
The Paperwhite, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how, like, divisive that
I
was.
I bought the Kindle. So I had the first gen Kindle, and that was my first Kindle. My I think my mom bought it for me for my birthday right before I moved to Idaho. Like that birthday right before I moved to
Uh-huh.
Idaho, so in 2012. And I loved that thing. I got all the free books that I possibly could because I had no job, no money, none of that stuff. Um, and I used it, I kid you not, every day. And then it wouldn't turn on anymore after a couple of years. And I was like, well, now I have to buy a new one. So I bought the Kindle Fire because I planned to start reading comic books. And I didn't want to miss out on the power of the illustrations based on color.
Mhm.
Because, like, I mean, some of those, if you read them in black and white, it's a completely different experience.
Yeah, totally.
That's why I got the Kindle Fire. I do not regret that decision, but I am not gonna get a Kindle Fire to replace the one that's dying.
Would you go with the paper or would you go with something else?
I would probably go with the Paperwhite, and then I would do the Kindle app on my phone or on my desktop to read comics if I so choose to.
I think I'm going to just purchase, like, a tablet
I might
iPad.
get I might get an iPad, and because then the kids could use it for FaceTime too with Grandy, and that would be great. But if not, it'll be a Kindle Fire or a Kindle Paperwhite.
I think we
I
gotta
would
just
do the
follow.
Kobo so that I'm not paying Amazon the rest of my life, but that's where I get all my books from if they're ebooks or the library. Um, so I don't know.
Well, lovely to see you.
You
Twice
too.
in 1 week because we met on
I
Friday.
know. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna go downstairs and make some foods for the rest of the week. I'm gonna cook some veggies and some quinoa and have that as the base of my lunches for the week.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.